Hey girls, how's it going? I'm super happy to be here and to talk to you guys a little bit about how you can turn your Nailbar guests into longtime customers. Jenna and I are both executives within Color Street, and we were on our executive page kind of talking about training swapping, and Jenna was looking for somebody to come train her group on this exact topic, and I feel like I'm really good at this, and then she's going to come into our team page. My VIP is 50 Shades of Glitter, but the team that I'm on is actually called Rise and Shine. But Cloud9 crew, me and my upline and her upline all hit exec at the same time. Hey, Jenna! So we just kind of manage the Cloud9 crew together. Please excuse the fact that I have no makeup on today either. But we kind of manage the Cloud9 crew group together because, like I said, we all hit exec at the same time. But I haven't branched off and have my own separate team page yet. So I'll give you guys a little bit of background on who I am and where I've come from and all that. So like I said, my name is Jen Schubert. I have naked nails right now. Do you guys ever have the urge to just cut all your nails off and start from scratch? That's where I am right now. They were getting so long and some of them were breaking that I just cut them all off and we're starting from scratch. Sorry, I just had a squirrel moment. Okay, so like I said, my name's Jen Schubert. I am an executive director with Color Street. I have been with Color Street since January of 2018. So I've been in the business. Hey, Cindy. I've been in the business for about a year and a half. Well, soon to be 2 years come January. I grew really quickly in Color Street. I used to sell LuLaRoe. Color Street for me was just supposed to be like a little hobby on the side because I was really successful with LuLaRoe. But the hobby side of Color Street grew very quickly because I double promoted in my first month. So like I said, I joined January 12th. In February, I promoted to team leader. In March, I promoted to director. In May, I promoted to senior director, and then 9 months after I joined, I promoted to executive, and I've been kind of sitting pretty in the executive spot now for since last September, so it's been a year that I've been an executive, but slowly plugging away. You guys know when we get to the business side of things, it's been about 2 years in the business, and you see some changes happening and some shifts happening and people leaving and people coming and going, so kind of in a rebuilding process phase, but at least I'm still an executive. That's important. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit on how I grew my VIP group to 850 people authentically. I've never dumped anybody. Oh, nice. You guys qualified and exec at the same time. Nice. So we're all in this little executive pool that's just sitting pretty. For those of you that don't know, I am part of CJ Summers. So CJ Summers is my national. She's 2 levels above me. Like I said, me, Shanna, and Rachel all run Cloud9 crew, and then Rachel is CJ's direct. So we're all part of CJ's leg. Okay, so how I do this. It's kind of loaded. I'll try and keep this short and sweet. I'm sure a lot of it's going to be like repeat information that you've learned from Jenna along the way and your other leaders in your team page. But what I do might be different from what you guys do. So we're going to start with the basics. First of all, I told you guys I have a VIP group of 850 people, and I grew that completely organically. Back in the day when you could dump people into groups without them accepting an invite, I never did that. I did do that with my LuLaRoe business, but I did not do that with Color Street because I saw the effects of how that didn't work. And with the ever so changing Facebook algorithm, I simply invite every single customer from every single party to my VIP group. And I'll tell you how I do that. So we teach our team, nobody shops from a link. We all invoice. Every single person on our team invoices. So we'll create a Facebook party, nail bar, if you will. Some of our team members do it in groups. Most of our team members do it in events because that's how we were taught. But with the way things are going with Facebook, we may switch over to groups. But currently, I still party in events. I truly believe that I got my success in the business because of how strong I started. So when I had my launch party, I had $1,000 party. I had immediately 8 parties booked from it. And I've just had that domino effect ever since. So every single week, and I kid you not, I mean, sure, I have exceptions here weeks, but I have a party every single night of every single week, Sunday through Thursday. I don't party on Fridays and Saturdays, primarily because they're not great days to have a Facebook party. I mostly do Facebook parties too. Fridays and Saturdays, you know, people are out enjoying the weekend with their family, so I usually party Sunday through Thursday. And I create an event 5 days before the party starts. I post once a day for 5 days, and then on the 5th day at the party time, so for example, I have a party tonight at 9 o'clock. So I go live in the event at 9 o'clock and, you know, talk about where I came in Color Street, what exactly is Color Street. I talk about the packaging. I do a little demonstration, and then I tell them how to shop. And how I have them shop is right here on my business page. So I have an album on my business page that I put all the nails in, and I give them the link to that album on my business page, because they're getting exposure to my business page on Facebook. I use the stock photos primarily because the photos on Real Hands are a visual mess for me. I'm super type A and everything has to look the same. If every nail fee was on this water ball with the same background and it was a real photo, sure, I would do that. But right now I just use the stock photos. I'm going to keep scrolling here to see if there's any questions. Hey, Heather. So after I'm done, you know, going live, the first thing I do after I'm done going live is I do a post that says, and I explain this in my live video, I say the first 3 people that book a party with me will get a free set of nail strips, and I'll mail those to you when I send out your hostess packet. Now, some of my team members give those free set of nail strips after they have a qualifying party, because some people have kind of gotten burned. For me, it's just a tax write-off. I just send them when I send it. And if they're not going to be a great hostess, they're not going to be a great hostess. They, you know, got a free set of nail strips out of it. Oh well, they needed it, you know, more than I did, I guess. So I say at the end of my live, you know, you guys can see how easy it is to have a Facebook party. I say I create an event. I do all the posting in the event. I go live in the event. I do all the ordering, all the invoicing, all of the shipping, and the hostess just gets to sit back and watch herself collect free nail strips. So, and then I say, and it books up every single time. Okay, I think the idea behind saying that creates a sense of urgency. So in that live video, that's the last thing that I leave them with. I mention it, and then I talk about other things, and then at the very end I say, get your typing fingers ready because booking a party with me is next. And I tell them that the first 3 people that book a party with me, that it books up every single time. And so as soon as I'm done, that live video is over, I go in, I do the post about booking a party with me, and all 3 of them get booked immediately. So I think that's why my schedule has always been so full, because I create that sense of urgency. And 5 parties a week may not work for you and your family or your situation. That works for me. I have 2 small children. I've got a little boy that's going to be 3 at the end of this month. He's actually napping right now, right next to my office. And then I've got a little girl that's going to be 5 in January. My little girl has special needs. She has cerebral palsy, so I do have a full-time nurse that works 48 hours per week. And my husband is a night shift nurse, so I party at night when my kids are in bed. That's why Facebook parties work really well for me. I also do events, and I'll talk to you a little bit about how I get customers from events as well. So back to the Facebook party thing. Okay, so then those people book a party with me, right? And because I do invoicing, so everybody goes to my business page, they comment Manny, M-A-N-I, on all the nails that they want. Then here's the kicker. I send them a Facebook message, and that's how I open up the lines of communication with them. So I'll say to them, hey, Cassidy, thank you for shopping Elena's Color Street party. I have you down for Girls Gone Plaid, Midnight in Manhattan, and Sahara Jewel, but you forgot to pick out a 4th one for free. And then, you know, she writes back and says, oh, okay, let me go pick. And so now we're communicating back and forth, and now I have her on Facebook Messenger. A lot of times too, I'll simply go into their Facebook profile and add them as a friend right away so that their Facebook message to me or my Facebook message to them automatically pops up. If it doesn't, then sometimes they have a hard time finding me, trying to search like the request folder and all that. So now I've opened up that line of communication. All right, so we go through their order. I send them an invoice right there on Facebook Messenger. I love Facebook Messenger Pay. It's the best. But I also do PayPal, Venmo, all that other jazz, and Square if they want to pay via credit card. So after their invoice is paid, I say to them, thank you. For special deals, discounts, and giveaways, consider joining my VIP group here. And what I did is I went to, Bitly, tiny URL, one of those things. And I took my Facebook VIP group, not my business page, but my Facebook VIP group. I condensed it into a small little URL. And then I created a shortcut for it on my phone. I have an iPhone. So I went into my keyboards on my iPhone through my settings. I typed in CSG and then added my little bit.ly URL into that. So anytime I type CSG on my phone, my little tiny bit.ly URL will pop up. So if I just write CSG, pops up for special deals, discounts, and giveaways, consider joining my VIP group here. And then I give them the link. So that all they have to do is click that link. It automatically directs them to my VIP group, and then I approve them like right away. And then they're in my VIP group. Okay, so that's how I get them to my VIP group. I entice them by saying, for special deals, discounts, and giveaways, consider joining my VIP group here. Give them the link, they click to join, boom, in my VIP group. That's how I have 850 people in my VIP group organically, because I send that to every single person from every single party. This is how I set up invoicing, okay? So the first thing I do is I put my hostess's name right here at the top. Then I write the customer, I write the items that she wants, and then I calculate a total. So I literally calendar block it in my calendar every 2 weeks on a Thursday afternoon at about this time. I go back to my parties from 2 weeks ago because every single party of mine is in this notebook. And I've got 3 notebooks because I've been in the business for almost 2 years. I only have a little bit of paper left in my 3rd notebook. So I keep my notebooks and I have all of my customers in here. And because I've already started a conversation with them on Facebook Messenger, it's very easy then to follow up with them. You guys, following up is key to this business because you're creating authentic relationships, which I'm sure Jenna has told you millions of times how to do it. But you create that authentic relationship. Add them as a friend on Facebook. You guys, on Facebook, you can create separate lists, you call them, and you can add your customers into lists. So if you only want to see your customers' news feed, you make a list for them, add your customers to that list, and every morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, go through your first 10 people and just comment on something that they said on Facebook. So now they're associating your name, that you're not just somebody that they buy a color street from, but you actually genuinely care about them and what happens in their life. But if you do anything and if you take anything from today, it's following up. That is how you are going to keep your nail bar customers coming back for more, okay? Just go through your notebook from 2 weeks ago. Hey, did you get your nails? How are you liking, did you use Midnight in Manhattan or Girls Gone Plaid first? How are you liking them? You create that authentic conversation. They respond. And Lord knows Color Street comes out with something new. Seems like every week. So you could say, did you notice in my VIP group that we just launched 2 Thanksgiving shades? Copy the picture in there. So then that's how you're creating those relationships. And I do it every single Thursday afternoon from 2 weeks prior. So then the next one is 2 weeks prior to that. And the next Thursday is the 2 weeks. And I just go back and forth. I just make it a point in my calendar to do that 1 day a week, half hour, 40 minutes, whatever amount of time you have. You can do it in 10 minutes. It could take you an hour. I mean, it's whatever you want it to be. You can also just do it for everything that whole week, and it might only take you 5 minutes because you might have only had 1 party that week. So that's how I keep them coming back for more. What else? If there is a new release, I kind of already told you that because I talk about that new release in there as well. I also do a girls' night in. I don't know if I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with girls' nights in. But what girls' night in is that you're essentially having a party in your own VIP group. You create an event so that everybody in your VIP group gets the notification. I had to make my dog an admin. I had to make my dog a Facebook page, add my dog as an admin in my VIP group, so that, because I have 850 people and you can only send out 500 invites. So then my dog essentially invites those other 350 people. So then when I do a girls' night in, I create an event. I invite every single person. And if you guys don't know what a girls' night in is, I can kind of run through it really quickly here. Oh, good, Jenna. I'm so glad that I'm giving you guys some fresh ideas. So a girls' night in is a very fast, I don't want to call it a party because it's not a party. It takes an hour. I schedule my posts every 5 minutes apart. And all it does is it boosts engagement in your VIP group. So you'll have like your typical check-in post, and then you can do like a this or that image thing. You can do candy corn, yay or nay. Like this is what I did last month for my fall girls' night in. Candy corn, yay or nay. And the check-in post, you always offer a special for a girls' night in. So the special for my girls' night in for last month in September, I haven't done my October one yet, but my October one's going to be geared towards Halloween. My fall girls' night in is when the new fall catalog launched. And so what I did was I created like a check-in post. Like basically they just can earn a prize, and at that time it was a $25 gift card just for participating. Because what that's doing is it's boosting engagement in your VIP group, and it's allowing more people in your VIP group to see posts. Okay, do tell. So this is how a girls' night in works. So then you the gift that they were working for was a $25 gift card. So then it's all engagement posts. Like I said, it's this or that photos. It was candy corn, yay or nay. Tell me your favorite thing about fall with your favorite GIF or GIF or whatever you guys call them. Post your favorite GIF or GIF of what you love best about fall. And there were like sweaters and leaves and weather and pumpkins and Halloween and all that stuff. So you just kind of create ideas to create engagement. And then so you have a giveaway, which was the $25 gift card, and then you have a special. And the special should be different every time you do it. So my special was, and we can only do like special pricing and all that in closed groups. So that's my little disclaimer there with the new P&P. You can't announce any of that in a public forum. So your group either has to be secret or closed. But in a closed group, so my special last month was for everybody that got a buy 3 get 1 free. First of all, everybody that ordered, and they don't have to order, like to win that $25 Starbucks gift card, they just have to participate. But if they want to order, I'm going to sweeten the deal. So the idea behind Girls Night In is to boost your engagement, but the secret underlying factor is to get sales. So I did, everybody that ordered from my Girls Night In got free shipping. Anybody that did a buy 3 get 1 free deal, I threw in an extra mystery prize. And I basically threw in, if you guys aren't part of Jenny's Nail Supply, you should be, because I threw in like a cuticle oil, and then I threw in a comfy pair of fall socks that I just got from like the dollar bins at Target. Jenny's Nail Supply also has nail tape that you can decorate your nailsies with some nail tape. Tons of stuff. She's got lotions, and I ordered glass nail files from her, and then I used the Cricut to just put my 50 Shades of Glitter on, but I ordered glass nail files from her. So I always have prizes and giveaways to do with my Girls Night In. I can tell you that Girls Night In is a game changer. Game changer for engagement, and the girls loved it. It was a nice step away from like the general hustle and bustle of everyday evenings, especially if you have kids. So and then I gave them my link to my business page so they can just shop the albums, and I invoice them. You could absolutely do it with a link if you guys don't invoice and you just have them shop on your website. You can say September, or now it's October. You can say October Girls Night In event. And maybe everybody that orders from that, you can pick somebody to win, like a super cool prize. Some other engagement posts that I did with that were, let's do a scavenger hunt. Post a picture with chapstick, a nail file, a book, and your favorite beverage. So they have to run around their house and actually find these things. So anyway, like I said, I do a post every 5 minutes of engagement posts. And then at the end, it's thank you guys so much you don't even go live. You can schedule all your posts. You guys can be doing this at night when you put your kids to bed at 8 o'clock and your posts are just posting every 5 minutes. I do it once a month, Liliana. Yes. So I have a girl on my team that does it once a week. I think that's a little excessive. And she'll probably learn very quickly that her group probably thinks it's a little excessive, but I do it once a month because everybody looks forward to it. Now, I've only been doing this once a month, let's see, September, since July, August, and September. So I've only done it 3 months in a row. This will be my 4th month, but my girls love it. And so many people in my VIP group that weren't seeing posts before are now seeing them. But the key is to create an event first. So you create that event first and then do all the posting, obviously, in your VIP group. Okay, so that is how I gain long-term customers from Facebook parties. So in the group and not the event. Correct. In the group, not the event. How I gain long-time customers from vendor events. This. Easy peasy. I'm sure you have a person that can easily make this. Although I don't know if we're going to be allowed to use this anymore moving forward. But name, email, city, phone. I'm interested in. So I have every single person at a vendor event fill one of these things out. And usually it comes with a sign that says, enter for a chance to win. And they'll say, what am I winning? And I'm like, oh, our fall catalog just came out. So if I pick your name, you'll get to pick one of our fall shades for free and I'll send it to you. But this, you guys, allows me to get every single person that showed up at that vendor event to get their information. And about a week after the vendor event, I send them all an email that says, hey, so-and-so, it was so great meeting you at X, Y, and Z event. I try to jot down a little note when they walk away from my table of either what they purchased or something about them so that I can remember. And then when I'm sending them an email, they're like, oh, she remembered me. I loved the sweater you were wearing, or remember I was commenting on how beautiful your ring was, something like that. I like to jot down a little note. And then I just send them an email and say, like I said, it was so great at meeting you at such and such an event. Bring up something personal that you personally connected with them with. And you might not have something personal for everybody, and that's okay. And then I would like to tell you that these lead sheets work great, but vendor events and lead sheets are kind of hit or miss. But at least you're reaching out, at least you're following up. If Color Street ever sent a poll out to ask how many stylists followed up with you, every single one of my people that have ever bought from me would say, yes, she follows up with me. She did follow up with me. I might not have emailed her back, but in this sheet, I basically have them, when I send them an email, I give them a direct link to my VIP group. Some join, some don't, but this is better than nothing. Another thing you can do at vendor events is simply have each other get out your phones, add them to your VIP group right there. So you don't have to wait for them to get an email. You can just add them to your VIP group right there. So that's something I'll probably do moving forward. And then, obviously, of course, they can choose to leave it or not. So I think that's it. I mean, that's generally what I do. Not this past conference, but the one before. I won the top sales stylist in the state of Ohio, so I got the fancy little badge. My whole team calls me Miss Ohio now. Even though I didn't get it last time, Jessie Duncan got it, rightfully so. She earned it. If you guys don't follow Jessie Duncan on social media, you should. She goes live dressed up every time. Doesn't even have to be Halloween. She'll dress up in some crazy wig or some crazy glasses, and her sales far beat me this year, but that's okay. I got it in 2018. And that's honestly the reason why. It's just I always followed up with my customers. And what I did to earn that at the very tail end of 2018, because I was neck and neck with somebody, is I went through all of my notebooks. I reached out to every single person that ever placed an order with me and said, hey, you know, I'm in the running to earn top sales stylist in the state of Ohio. You've always been a great customer of mine. I would love to have, you know, your help in earning this achievement I've worked so hard for, and blah, 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 blah. And then everybody that helped contribute to helping me win Miss Ohio, I pulled 5 of them to win a cool prize, or like a $50 gift certificate, you know, to use with me or something. So let me see if there's any more questions. And yes, Ohio is huge. We are number 1 in Color Street, biggest state with the most stylists. So thank you for that, Jenna. So I hope I gave you guys some ideas, some new fresh takes on you know, how to keep your nail bar customers long-term customers. Even so, if I've had one of those long-term customers like purchase from me a couple times, I'll say, hey, you're a great customer of mine. I would love to host a nail bar for you to see if we can get you some of these for free. And then they do. And then I, you know, sometimes party flip them and turn them into stylists as well. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am super happy to help. Jenna, if anybody, you know, asks you anything or wants anything clarified, obviously feel free to reach out to me. And best of luck to you guys. Follow up, follow up, follow up. That is key. Bye, girls.